My first tip is to paint your rental kitchen cabinets.
Okay, so what really is a renter-friendly upgrade? Well, in my opinion, it's anything that A, does not require permission from the landlord, and B, is 100% reversible before you move out. And as a bonus, ideally you can take said upgrade with you when you leave.
So painting your cabinets isn't rental friendly?
Fortunately though, there are a ton of things that you can do in your rental home that will not compromise your security deposit, and today I'm going to share all my favorite tips with you. Adding picture frame molding is such an amazing and easy upgrade that you can make to your rental that will add so much character to your space. And no, of course, you do not have to nail the molding into your walls. All you need is some cheap, lightweight trim, a miter box and a saw, and some heavy-duty double-sided tape. And other obvious tools like a measuring tape and a level. You measure and cut the trim, mount the molding with double-sided mounting tape, fill any gaps with a removable caulk, and you're done. Once it's up, you just paint it to match your wall, and then you can either fill it with some really cool peel and stick wallpaper, more on that later, or you can hang some cool framed artwork inside it. It really depends on the look that you're going for. Okay, next up, consider replacing your tapware in your kitchen or bathroom, or both. Let's be honest, how many landlords actually put in nice looking faucets? In my experience, not many. And by not many, I mean exactly 0%. I know this tip might sound a little scary, but in reality, it's actually pretty easy to replace a faucet. There are many kind souls on YouTube who have made fantastic videos that will guide you through the process step by step. And you're smart, so I'm sure you can handle it. It's a straightforward and very impactful upgrade that you can do to your rental property without leaving virtually any signs of ever having done it. So the only issue with buying a new faucet for your rental is that there's not a 100% guarantee that it's going to be compatible with your next home. So it can be a bit of a gamble in that sense. But I mean, if it doesn't fit your next home, then you can just sell it online or something. Buying a more attractive faucet for your rental kitchen or bathroom would be an investment I'd recommend, especially if you've already made a lot of other aesthetic improvements to your space and it's one of the only things left on the list. There's all sorts of great looking affordable tapware on places like Amazon. I've shared a few of my favorites in a blog post that I will share down below. So since you're basically a certified plumber now, let's take a look at your shower head next. Can it be improved? Do you really like it? If your current shower head doesn't have the look you want, replacing it is another really easy upgrade that you can make to your rental bathroom. Usually they just screw right off so that you can screw on the new one. A classic rental upgrade that we've all heard of is, of course, swapping out the cabinet hardware. If the cabinet knobs and pulls in your kitchen have seen better days, or they're just straight up outdated, then go ahead and treat yourself to some nicer jewelry for your kitchen. Just going from this to this can make a huge difference in your kitchen. The only thing you need to make sure of is that you get the correct size pulls. So if your current pulls have the screws at, say, a 5-inch distance, then your new pulls need to also have 5 inches between the screws. Because the whole point of this upgrade is to just use the existing holes in your cabinets. We don't want to be making new holes because then we'd have to be filling old holes, which means then you'd need to paint, which means you need to ask permission because now you're painting the cabinets, which means it's no longer really renter friendly. Okay. Let's talk about peel and stick. Peel and stick solutions can most definitely be your best friend in a rental. They can look amazing, but they can also look terrible. That being said, the first way I would suggest using peel and stick would be to upgrade your kitchen backsplash. Now, I've seen some very interesting backsplashes in my day, and I know that personally, I would not want to be looking at them on a daily basis. The best thing to do in that case is to cover up the bad tile with good tile, something that is more to your liking. The most successful transformations I've seen have been with simple, clean, monochromatic peel and stick subway tiles. But if that sounds boring, then just shop around a bit. There are tons of options out there. A new kitchen backsplash paired with updated cabinet handles, maybe a new faucet and some fresh paint on the walls will make your kitchen look like $1,000,000 for a relatively low cost. And it will increase your quality of life, which is priceless. You can find peel and stick flooring at most home improvement stores, and you can find a ton more options online. It's a pretty cheap renter-friendly upgrade that you can do in one day. Peel and stick floor tiles typically aren't that expensive, and if you're doing a small space like a small bathroom or a little kitchen, you probably shouldn't need more than a couple of boxes, and it's well worth it. All in all, this rental upgrade might cost you a little more, but there is definitely no denying the impact a new floor can have on a space. It's a reversible update, though like with any peel and stick product, you may have some leftover sticky residue to remove before you move out. Okay, the last peel and stick option I would recommend is peel and stick wallpaper. So the addition of wallpaper can be incredibly impactful. I would say even more than adding a new paint color in some cases, but it can be a little finicky to apply. It's important to remember also that removable wallpaper isn't just for your walls. Some of the more creative spots that I've seen it used is inside closets, on the back walls of cabinets and bookshelves, on ceilings, as temporary flooring, on furniture, and in drawers. Okay, and before we move on from the peel and stick category, let's talk 10 seconds about using peel and stick contact paper on countertops. So I have spoken about this before, and I'm not gonna say not to use it, but I will say that I personally tend to stay away from it because I don't have the patience to apply it properly. And I feel like if I did try, it would just turn out looking like a dog's breakfast. But if you can apply it seamlessly and you think it's gonna make your counter look better than it does currently, then more power to you. If you're not interested in using wallpaper because you don't want to go the peel and stick route because you don't have the patience for it, I don't blame you. Of course, there's always paint. All the rental units I have ever lived in have always had really dingy white walls that just basically look like they had primer applied to them, and that's it, probably that's what it was. In some cases, my old landlords didn't even bother to patch up old nail holes, or they left like screws in the walls. Yeah, thanks. And other times, the previous dweller may have been inspired by things like wild accent walls, and while they may have considered it beautiful, the colors may not be to your liking. The chances that you absolutely love your wall color when you move into your new rental are pretty slim. The thing we all love about paint, of course, is that you can do it cheaply and quickly. And let's be honest, it's pretty hard to mess it up. If you can return your walls to the same color they were when you moved in, then I would always opt to paint. There is nothing that compares to paint when it comes to fast, cost-effective, completely transformative results. I know right now some of you are saying, but my rental contract says I'm not allowed to paint on the walls. I've also had rental contracts that said that no painting was allowed, and I have always painted. This is not me encouraging you to go out and break your rental contract. Look, I understand rental restrictions, I really do. I have been a tenant, but I've also been a landlord lady. Anyways, I've had tenants, and while they didn't paint any of my walls, they left my place a flea-ridden disaster with gaping holes in the walls that they had made for their cable management. The way I see it from a landlord's perspective is if you can do a decent job with the paint and you can revert it back before you move out, I don't care what you do. First of all, I want my tenants to be happy, but more selfishly, I want them to take care of my home because it's my property. And from a tenant's perspective, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but personally, I've always left my rental units looking better when I left than when I moved in. So I have a problem with unreasonably stringent rental restrictions when I'm paying to live there and I'm taking incredibly good care of their property. And at the end of the day, if the landlord does want to take a portion of my, damage deposit because I painted a wall or hung a picture, which has never happened, by the way, then it's a price that I'm willing to pay to make my home the way I want it in the time that I live there. Anyways, I might just edit this all out later. Paint is awesome, and I think you should just do whatever is best for you and your situation and comfort level. I'm sure you'll make the right decision. On a less controversial note, replacing the towel bar, towel ring, or toilet paper holder in your rental are other easy upgrades that cost very little but make quite a big difference. Don't be afraid of buying what you really like, as you can bring all of these items with you when you move out. So swapping out your lighting fixtures definitely has potential to be one of the pricier upgrades that you can make to your rental unit. Lighting can get expensive. Of course, there are thousands of affordable options out there, so you don't have to spend a fortune by any means. Whatever your budget is though, it's a win-win because not only can you take your beautiful fixtures with you when you move out, but they will dramatically improve the way your rental looks. I would 100% recommend it. Replacing wired lighting like a sconce or a bathroom vanity light takes a little knowledge, but it's not hard. Again, YouTube is your friend, and if you have any doubts whatsoever with electrical stuff, get help. Also, if you have any light switch plates or electrical outlet covers that look like I feel, old, damaged, and ugly, then definitely swap those out. They're very cheap upgrades that you can buy at the hardware store for like $1. This is a small detail, but nonetheless, it's an important one. If your landlord put in very cool neon feeling bulbs, then definitely you'll want to swap those out for warmer bulbs with a lower Kelvin. I've already explained how it works in other videos, so I will spare you the ins and outs of light bulbs. Oh, also use smart bulbs if you can. They're just better. Okay, that's it from me today. I hope that some of these tips helped make your rental a little bit more epic. And if you did find this useful, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.